'63 to '70, we have a test which is very similar to the test that we had 2 more times in the past when we were very young, so when we were 7 to 14, and then later on, my age, 35 to 42. There is similar thing going on about assuming new responsibilities, but at the same time being given the freedom to continue being creative in the way that this particular age is supposed to make you creative. So the first time round, it was more about physical stuff, the child learning how to use its body, for example, how to use its mind. On the second time round, it was more psychological, so strengthening your maturity emotionally. And here, it is something like this going on, but spiritually. Spirit at this age, because the body becomes weaker and weaker, naturally, has this tendency to retract back and to either get very despondent and very isolated, or to somehow using this wisdom path that we ideally started in the previous age, is now starting to reap new fruit, to be sensing new opportunities that here it's very difficult for me to define because I'm not at that age. And I think here there is a hidden Neptunian connection. When we were 42, by the way, I forgot to mention that in current generations, it's very likely that Neptune becomes a factor in the middle of the cycle at 42 to 49, because currently it's making it square, the only important aspect, very hard aspect it will make during our life, around 42. But here I think there is another Neptunian connection. And I would recommend during this age to check if there is some sort of aspect that the transiting Neptune is making to your natal planets. Why Neptune? Because I think here we need something already at this age, which is beyond Saturn and beyond Uranus, and is the only planet that's able to feed our spirit with something that I think is only accessible at an older age, is some sort of Neptunian wisdom, which is a connection between this world of physical Saturnian reality and the next world, which we are all heading to. The transition of death is not supposed to happen at this age or another age. It's more an inner transition that's important. Many people give up on their life very early, maybe even around the 40s, 50s, the Chiron return, for example, or later on the Saturn return at 60. But here really the test is yet again not to give up, to hold on, because there is so much more to come. And there needs to be really effort to strengthen the body, to take care of the body. It's waxing square of Saturn. So just to take care of yourself in a way that's giving you potentially more time, because the spirit has to experience naturally more things. There is a meaning behind the human life's cycle longevity. If everything was supposed to end with the productivity period of 60, there would have been no point of people living more than 60, isn't it? But the mere fact that we are living more than 60 years and very often up to 90 years and more, I think is pointing out to something that is supposed to be discovered and happen in this age. And we don't take enough advantage of that. So the main thing here is how to not succumb to boredom, to keep your interest in life, to remain open-minded and still interested, especially in new things. Waning square of Uranus is what we're dealing with here. So because it's a Uranian square, Uranus is exciting you with new opportunities, but it's a square, so maybe it will be more tempting to say, oh, there is nothing more that I'm interested in already. I want to just make an end to everything. It's all finished, because by that time, lots of the trends in society that we have been living through in our earlier years are showing transition to something completely new. There are new generations now that we need to live more and more amongst. And the test is whether we are going to be willing to cooperate with these generations, to give them our wisdom, to explore what they are offering, the new things that come up in life, and to see exciting new opportunities in which we can mix our experience and knowledge with the new tools and the new times that are emerging in front of our eyes, instead of saying that we refuse to live in a world that's no longer the one that we know.